said I don't
Yes.
Good morning.
Luke,
What's for breakfast?
come on in.
Luke, what are you doing here?
Well, does a guy have to have an excuse to visit some of his favorite people?
Of course not. Hang on a second. Ray,
I
come
would
on,
love to
come
stay and
down.
talk,
We got
but I am late for work.
Oh, say Bobby and Ruby. Wait.
Will do.
Yeah, check it out. Look who's here.
Jake. Hi, Rick.
Hi.
How are you
Good
feeling?
to see you, Your Honor.
Oh, thanks. So how are you feeling?
Oh, fine, fine. Look, Leslie, we got a visitor.
I can't. I'm busy. I'm not. Who is it?
The mayor. Luke.
Oh, wonderful to see you. Oh.
How long has it been since you've been in our home?
I don't remember. It was before you redecorated. It's beautiful here.
Yeah, I wish I knew you were coming over. I got to leave pretty soon.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, but I wanted to catch Rick before he went to the hospital.
Well, you've got me with plenty of time. I don't have to be in for a while. What's up?
Well, I need an answer.
Ah, but what is the question?
Yeah, I think we both know the answer to that.
I would like you to be my commissioner of health.
Yeah. He told me. I think that's neat.
Good.
Hey, do it, Rick. That'd be great. And then I'd have it in with 2 commissioners and a mayor. Man, I could get away with anything.
Except being late for school.
I'm going. Hey, Luke, why don't you make me commissioner of education? Then I would slap myself in
Rock and roll.
All right, now that I could handle.
I know it. It's yours.
Good, thanks. I'll see you around. Oh, remember, you got to make a little appearance down at the student union down there. They all want to see you, the supporters.
I won't miss it.
Okay, we'll see you there.
Bye.
Listen, guys, what do you say we sit down, huh?
Sure. Well, listen, Rick. What are you gonna let this town's health go to pot, or are you gonna jump in and take it over?
I wish I knew.
Well, who should I ask, man? You're the only one for the job.
Look, it's very flattering.
Well, you're saying all the right things so far, except I accept.
It's a tempting offer.
It's more than an offer. Rick, this is a plea.
Luke, I would love to do it.
Great.
But
I knew there was a catch.
I wish I could say yes to you right now. I really do.
Look, who would be better? Rick, as long as I can remember, you have been the forerunner of health in this community. You ran the waterfront clinic. You're the finest doctor at the hospital. I mean, there's nobody better suited for it.
Well, you are quite a persuasive salesman, aren't you? Did you hear
Well, he wants the best. Can you blame him?
If you don't accept, I may just have to retire the position because there is nobody else that can handle this job.
that? Well, you may not have to do that.
I thought you were about to tell me no.
I know. I'm about to tell you that I don't know yet. I not for definite.
Well, that's a little better, but it's not yes yet. What's the problem?
Maybe my health is a little more of a main issue than I thought yesterday, and I told you I had to think about it, and I wanted to talk to Leslie about it.
Okay. So, did you talk to Les? And
Luke, I think I need a complete physical exam, especially now that the operation is over. It's been a while, and I can see how my body is, and if I'm up to handling something as important as this.
Well, that's fair enough. When will you know?
Well, it shouldn't be long at all. Can you wait?
For you, sure. It's worth it, but not soon.
All right, as soon as I get a green light, I'll tell you. You'll be the first one to know.
Maybe he could be the second one. We'll know.
All right, that's fair enough. Now I got to get going before Blackie and the others decide to pull back all their support.
Then you don't have time to maybe have tea with us?
Oh,
Bite of something?
that would be lovely, but I'm afraid I can't.
All right, but I know you do have time for me to give you a plant for the desk in the mayor's office.
What a great idea.
I wanted to give you something special. I don't know, you could have your pick, actually.
Why don't you just give me one that I can talk to and it won't talk back?
Well, this one is very cheery, and you just have to say hi every now and then. How about that?
It's beautiful.
Okay. Got it. You just treat it gently, that's all it is.
Don't forget.
have the late autumn. And gosh, to get Indian summer on top of it.
Colors of autumn are always so magnificent.
Yeah, there's something sad about it, too, though.
What?
Because it doesn't last. It's like there's this magnificent blaze of splendor, and then it's gone. And everything gets gray. Now, Rick, I don't think I can face winter.
Winter has its own beauty, and before you know it, the spring is going to be here.
It does go fast, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I was thinking that when we were talking to Luke. Do you know how long it's been really since he's been in this house, and he used to be here almost every other day?
Well, that's sometime in the past. Our lives have gone different ways.
Why? I didn't want that to happen.
Leslie, when friends part, they try to keep in touch. They mean well, but things are just never the same.
I guess. It's almost like we don't want to see each other. Because doing that will remind us of Laura, and it'll just make it too painful. And that's ridiculous, because avoiding Luke or the Whitakers or anybody, that's not going to erase the memories of Laura. Nothing's going to do that.
You don't want to do that. Not at all.
No. It's just very weird, that's all.
What's so weird about it?
That we're talking about all of this right now. That Luke showed up here today.
I'm sorry, I don't know why.
Because tomorrow is the 2nd anniversary of their wedding.
It is. That is strange.
Yep. I wonder if he still thinks about her at all.
You know he thinks about her.
As much as I do. I'm sorry. I'm obsessing again, aren't I? I shouldn't do that.
No. It might be very good that you're being open about your feelings. You're just letting them out. It might be the very first step toward correcting a gambling problem.
Yeah, I guess.
Might just be the right time to try and have that little conversation with Gail.
Well, there's one way to find out.
Look, I don't want to push, though.
You're not.
I don't.
You're not. I think we should give it a try.
I'll call her and see if she can schedule something for today.
I think you should do that.
Great.
Time, guys. One at a time. There's plenty of him to go around for everybody. Come on, don't crowd the mayor.
Thank you, sir. It's a real pleasure, and I'm really glad that you all came down to say hello.
It's a real treat for us.
Well, thanks. Any excuse to get out of class. I owe you all a great deal, you know. It's because of you that I won the election.
It's great to have a young guy in power for a change.
It's like you're one of us.
Well, thank you.
You know why so many of these guys voted for you down here?
You threatened to break their knees.
Besides that.
All right, tell me.
Because you took on the establishment and you beat it, man. You're a winner. And that's something we all like to do. You gave us hope, buddy.
That's right. Things can really change around here.
I never would have believed it until you got elected.
Listen, pal, if I can get elected, anybody can, right?
Yeah, but that's great. I always thought of politics as something that somebody else did, but now I'm starting to think I could run for office myself.
Now it's the first time I feel like I can have a say in what goes on in this town.
You can. As long as I'm mayor, I promise you can. I hope you can do justice to the faith that you've all shown in me.
You will.
Well, thank you. Promise me one thing. If I mess up, bust me immediately. Don't worry about it. All right, I mean it. You people are really special to me because the race was very tight, as you know. Came right down to the wire. And I found out that 85% of the student votes in this town were for me.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Thank you. I'm real proud of that. And so what that did is you pushed me over the top. So it's really because of you that I'm mayor. So enough of that. Let's get down to business. What would you like to see happen in Port Chuck?
You're asking us?
Well, sure. You're citizens, aren't you? You just got through saying you finally have a say in the government. You've got to have gripes and ideas and suggestions. Let's have them.
How about a drive-in movie on the waterfront?
Hey, Lou. Yeah. I mean, Mr. Mayor.
Yeah.
How about a student on the city council?
How about more spaces for student parking around here?
Yeah.
Dr. DiPietro doing with my patients?
Taking care of them.
Why?
Well, someone has to.
That man is my responsibility.
Not anymore.
Why wasn't I informed?
Don't tell me. I'm the first one to tell you. You're no longer on this staff.
Tried to run for mayor. Well, it was a very impulsive move, pal. I always try to go with my instincts, good or bad. And the other thing, I thought I could make a difference. So now it's put up or shut up time.
Oh, come on. You're going to be great. Look at the way you handle this crowd, right, guys?
A hard crowd to handle, too. Now, this was more like talking to friends, you know. I'm not used to political circles and aldermen and councilmen and all that. That's not my thing. So I enjoyed this. Maybe I should run for Board of Regents.
No, I don't think you're stuffy enough, buddy.
Well, wait till I get through with one term as mayor, man. You ain't going to recognize me.
I doubt it.
Well, I got to hit the road.
All right, thanks a lot for talking to us.
It was a pleasure.
Pleasure.
Remember what I said about busting me if I don't do what you feel I should do.
Bye. Bye, guys.
Every once in a while, I'd see her smile. She turned my day around. Girl with those eyes, stare through the lies, see what your heart was saying. Think of the Lord, and don't cry. I know.
Well, me.
Hello.
Hi. Watch this. It's all in the wrist here. Yeah, listen around for the proper. There you go. At your service.
Thank you.
Sure. I am Blackie Parrish, and you are?
Starving.
Starving. I'm starving. How's that sandwich look?
Lifesaver. So are you. Thank you
My
very
pleasure.
much.
My pleasure. Would you like a soda or something?
No, thanks.
Okay. I haven't seen you around here.
Probably because I haven't been here before.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Are you sure you don't want a soda or anything?
Positive.
All right. Well, I got to get going. I hope I see you around.
Wait a minute. That was sure an awful lot of excitement around here earlier.
Yeah, the mayor was here. Did you get a chance to see him? Yeah.
The kids seemed real happy about it.
Oh, of course, man. Luke Spencer's their hero. Of course, he's fine as well, you know.
I guess the election must have been a real upset.
Yeah. Do you know Luke?
No, I just read about him in the newspaper.
Oh, well, let me tell you something. He is the best man. Take it from me, the best.
Do you know him very well?
Oh, yeah, Luke and I, we go way back. Oh, you wouldn't know from looking at me or anything, but I used to be, you know, kind of like a punk kid, you know.
You?
Yeah, yeah. Then Luke came around, picked me up off my feet, turned me into a real human being. I'm serious.
Well, he did a very good job.
Well, all right, I guess. But I owe him a lot. He's a good man.
I know what you mean. But I'm curious. How did a man like that come to be elected mayor?
Well, it's kind of a long story. I'd be happy to tell you about it, you know, if you have the time.
Well, thanks, but I really can't stay.
No, why don't you stick around? Besides, I'd maybe get to know you better, you know?
Hey, Blackie, I was wondering, do you think Luke would speak in my poli-sci class?
Well, I think it could be arranged. I got to talk to him and everything. I mean, don't get excited about it or anything. I'll give you a call if you know if it comes up.
All right, thanks.
All right? My pleasure. Bye. We'll see you. Listen, why don't you... Yeah, I've been working too hard. I just carried a conversation on with a ghost.
You have to realize it's quite a shock for everyone. A certain amount of resentment is inevitable.
I know, but I just didn't expect it from my own family. I feel like we're living with strangers.
Well, being the closest to Aunt, it's understandable that they would be the most upset. They probably feel that he betrayed them. But they'll get over it.
I don't know, Holly. I don't know. Monica's been understanding, but as for Alan, and especially Edward, that's a whole different story. Mostly they just try to ignore Grant, but when they do open their mouths, it is definitely not pleasant. I just don't know if it's going to work out around here.
Well, give them time. They'll forget it. I should know.
Well, that's right. You were an outcast once yourself, weren't you?
About as far as you can get. I thought that everybody in Port Charles hated me. As a matter of fact, I think most of them did. But time can heal the worst wounds. You'll see.
I just hope we can wait. Grant is so impatient. You know, he went off to the hospital already today?
What? So soon?
Yes, that's what I said. Holly, I am worried sick. I know how he feels, though. I know he has to get back to work. It's the only way he can put all this nightmare behind him.
Yes, but he mustn't rush things. He has to give people some time.
I know. I'm afraid he's going to get there before they've had a chance to think it all through. Who knows what their reactions might be?
I'm afraid they may be pretty harsh.
I should never have gone. I should have been able to stop it.
Roy, why don't you wait out here? Steve, thank you very much for seeing me. I've been quite a while. Tell me, what is going on around here?
I might ask you the same question.
Well, first I find out that Dr. DiPietro is taking care of my patients. Then Amy tells me I'm no longer on the staff. Is that true?
Of course it is. You know, I'm shocked to see you come here, acting as if nothing ever happened.
Steve, nothing has. Nothing that affects my professional abilities.
How can you possibly say that?
I'm a doctor. And I'm a damn good doctor. Please check my records, Steve. Listen, I graduated with the highest honors from med school. I interned at one of the finest hospitals in London. Steve, you can ask anybody. I was the best resident they ever had there.
I don't care about your so-called credentials. For all I know, someone else compiled them for you.
That's ridiculous. I earned that degree. I earned it myself.
Whether you did or not is not the issue. Your whole career was based on a lie. You entered that medical school with someone else's credentials.
All right, that's true. I entered with somebody else's credentials, but once I was there, I was on my own. Everything I did professionally from that point on was honest and above board. Steve, I passed this state's medical exam with the highest honors. I don't understand why you're just going to boot me out the door. I have proved myself time and again. My record at General Hospital is undisputable.
How can you say that? I already have done something. I've taken steps to do that.
What do you mean?
As chief of staff here, I notified the Office of Medical Conduct about the charges against you.
Which have been dropped.
And about your dismissal.
What? You can't do that to me, Steve.
I already have. And unless I miss my guess, they'll probably bar you from practicing medicine in this country.
No.
Under the circumstances, you can hardly expect me to retain your services here any longer. Consider this your formal notice of dismissal. And don't bother going back to your office. It's already been cleared out. Dr. DiPietro's in there now.
Look, I have had all the lectures I can take for one day.
I just wanted to thank you. And this is the first chance I've had. If it weren't for you, my brother would be dead, and I am very grateful to you for that.
Bobby, I only did what anybody would have done.
Not anybody who is really working for the DVX.
Tell that to your friends.
I know a little something about what it's like to pay for your past. People can't believe that you could ever change.
Can? Or won't?
Does it make any difference?
I guess not.
Well, if you need a friend or you just want somebody to talk to.
Thanks.
Sayonara, comrade.
Because Grant could.
Why,
You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
If you
had that coming.
If you weren't pregnant, I swear I...
That's right.
I told you. No, stop it now.
What's this all about?
I don't know. Ask her. She started it.
I did not.
You just hit me for no reason at all.
I'm trying to knock some sense into that empty head of yours. I should have known better.
Oh, baby or no baby,
You're going to go back to work. That's exactly what you're going to do.
All right, ladies. This is a hospital, not an alley. If you two want to fight, do it somewhere else, on your own.
Uncalled for. Jesse, maybe I shouldn't have slapped her, but it was definitely called for.
What's going on?
I heard a lot of loud voices. Was something wrong? Oh, Amy just...
Bobby?
Bobby?
Huh?
You better get over here.
Yeah, come on.
No, come on. No, sit down. Just sit down.
Jesse, what's wrong with Bobby?
She's not feeling too well.
Well, what brought it on?
She got kind of upset a few minutes ago.
About what?
It started when Dr. Putnam showed up.
I might have known. The man has trouble wherever he goes. I mean, I don't even know how he had the gall to come back here.
Alan,
You know it's true.
I know that it is time that we do take that coffee break, please. Let's go.
Amy didn't help matters any.
Perhaps we'll have a chat later. Alan, hold on a minute. Oh, thanks. I wanted to talk to you guys. I wanted to tell you how badly I feel for Grant.
Don't waste your tears.
I am concerned, too.
Well, I worked with Grant a lot. I got to be fond of him.
That's the way he worked. He charmed people, and then he stabbed them in the back.
What has he ever done to you?
He embarrassed me. He's made a laughing stock out of me and every other doctor in this hospital.
Well, in all fairness, he did do the medical profession as a whole a disservice, yes.
That's right.
I agree. Actually, as much as I like Grant, I really think he made a very grave error in coming into the hospital today.
I mean, he really must be out of his mind to do what he did in the first place.
Well, what do you think will happen to him?
I don't really care. I just wish that he would just leave and we could all get on with our lives then after that.
Look, you think we were the only ones who were suffering. Why don't we get our coffee? Would you like to join us?
Well, I have an appointment. I've got some time, sure. I'd like that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Really, I'm glad you decided to come in today.
I am, too.
You mean that?
No, not really. Well, little joke there.
Listen, all we're going to do is talk. We do that all the time. Sit down.
Yes, well, this is a bit different.
Why?
Well, because we are gathered here today to discuss my problem.
Leslie, we often talk to each other about our problems.
Not officially, we don't.
Look, you know, this whole conversation could just as easily be taking place over a cup of coffee in the cafeteria.
Gail, it's just not easy for me, all right?
What isn't?
Admitting that I'm an addict.
I don't think that you are. Do you, Rick?
No.
Well, then what would you call it?
Well, as I've told Rick before, your personality just isn't the addictive type.
Could fool me, boy.
Maybe I'll see you later, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Excuse me.
Thanks for coming by.
So what's wrong with me?
I think you're going through what we might call a cathartic binge.
My, that sounds serious.
It can be. Look, Leslie, what it really is a displacement of feeling. It's a way of avoiding a problem by channeling the frustration somewhere else. Well, you know that people react to stress in different ways. Some people drink too much. Some people throw themselves into work or into a vigorous form of exercise or all kinds of other outlets.
Like gambling.
Perhaps. And the real problem is to understand the crisis that precipitated that kind of compulsive behavior. I mean, the behavior itself isn't nearly as important as its origins.
I don't know whether that means I should feel relieved or be more worried than ever.
Leslie, you have been through a lot of traumatic sessions in the past couple of years. Look, you just got over Rick's operation for the heart tumor, and before that it was Mike's disappearance, and most importantly, the loss of Laura.
That's the biggie.
I thought it might be.
I think about her all the time. Lately, everywhere I look, I see something that reminds me of her. everywhere I look, Gail. I'm sorry. I don't want to do this.
Leslie, don't apologize for trying to heal yourself.
What? What do you mean?
I mean, that, crying. That's the beginning of the cure.
Crying is...
That's admitting that you're hurting. That's facing up to what's really painful.
You mean?
It's the first step, Leslie. You really are on your way back. Gambling isn't your problem. Laura is.
Will there be anything else?
Miss Tardiness does it again. Sorry I'm late. I was just...
Holly! No problem. Nice to see you.
I'm glad you could meet me at such short notice.
Well, I don't have much to do, you know. I just have a city to run.
How do you like it so far?
So far, it's not too bad, but it's not nearly as exciting as chasing your family all over Canada.
You'll never change, will you?
I hope not.
Me too.
Thanks. So, I hope you didn't want to see me to talk over old times.
No, new times. I called you because I'm really worried about Grant and Celia.
What's happened?
I went to the Quartermain Mansion to see Celia this morning, and she's a wreck.
Really?
They received an awfully chilly reception when they went home. Apparently Monica's the only one who's showing them any kindness at all.
Well, I'm not surprised. Good old Uncle Eddie is not known for his big heart.
Grant's terribly depressed. Celia seems to think the only thing that will help him is if he can immerse himself in his work.
Well, that makes sense.
He went back to General Hospital this morning.
Bad idea.
I thought so, too.
How did it go?
I haven't heard yet, but I'm worried.
Well, I think you have good reason to be. If you think they got a chilly reception at the Quartermains, I wouldn't be surprised if there were people at the hospital waiting with a lynch rope.
If only there was something we could do to make it easier for Grant and Celia.
This, off of everything else, I can't believe it.
Tell that to Armistead.
Forgery, fraud,
Among others.
what's left?
I don't know, Celia, but I'm sure that they're going to come up with a few more charges before they're through with me.
Why can't they just leave you alone? Don't they realize you've been punished enough already?
Apparently, they don't think so.
But, Grant, you were under duress. How can they hold you accountable for something you did under those circumstances?
I intend to find out.
How?
I'm going to go to New York City. I've got to talk to Armistead.
You'll be able to work things out. I know you will.
No wonder I've been acting so strangely. It's been because I have been refusing to face the real problem.
Well, that's part of it.
Well, that's it. That is absolutely it. And wasn't it foolish of me to not have seen it before this? Wasn't it stupid of me to think that I could be an addictive personality? I mean, it's so obvious that I had to be sublimating something.
Leslie, I don't want...
And now that I know what it is, Gail, thanks to you, now I can deal with it because it was not, you were right, it was not the gambling that was consuming me. It was the past that was.
Possibly.
What do you mean possibly? You mean there's more?
Leslie, that remains to be seen.
No, Gail,
Yeah.
this is it. It's as you said. I am on my way back because now I understand what it is. I understand thanks to you. Lord, I just wish I had come to see you sooner. And I'm so grateful to you, Gail, because now I feel I can deal with it.
Leslie, it's just not quite as simple as that.
But it is. It is just exactly that simple. I have to accept the fact that Laura is gone.
Book something from the bar. What would you like?
I'll have a white wine spritzer, please.
For you, sir?
No, I better not. I've got a lot of work to do this afternoon.
I'll be right back to take your order. No hurry.
You know, I hope the scene in the hospital wasn't as bad as we thought it was.
Well, maybe we're wrong. Maybe it went all right.
Yeah, I believe that.
Look, there's no way around it. Grant and Celia do have some rough times. But I know you and Robert care. And I do. I'll do whatever I can to help. We owe him a lot.
Our lives.
Yeah. So, don't worry about it.